Hello everyone, welcome back to Mass Effect 3, the Expanded Galaxy mod. So, last time, we, we went to Palaven, and, learned that Primarch Fedorian died, but we were able to extract the new Primarch, Primarch Victus. We also were able to recruit Garrus. Then, our communications specialist, Samantha Trainer, caught a distress transmission from Grissom Academy that was being disguised or hidden due to an old Cerberus trick. So we investigated and found out that Cerberus was attacking the academy station, and we're trying to forcibly integrate the students into Cerberus. Well, we rescued as many as we could, and one of those just happened to be the biotic teacher, Jack. So now we're going to head to the Citadel to drop the kids off. We're also going to check in on Caden, see how he's doing. Probably do some errands for Arya. And we'll see what other errands we need to do before finally making our way to the War Summit at Surkash. I did add a few extra mods on. Namely, repainting the Cerberus weapons we can use in non-Cerberus colors. I think it's Alliance Blue. It might be Spectre. I don't know. We'll find out. I also added a couple new weapons just to see how they would feel. But, yeah. We'll go ahead and do the rounds on the ship first.
See defeat from Paladin? It's brutal. And the phase the turrets are. Birds don't quit when things get ugly. I'll give them that.
Commander, you have an encrypted message from a Miranda Lawson.
Okay.
I just got word. Everyone from Grissom Academy has arrived safely.
We wouldn't have known about them if you hadn't caught the distress signal. Nice work.
Thanks, Commander.
Alright. Let me test my voice. Sometimes the headset doesn't quite pick up all the time. Alright, testing. Okay, good. Alright. I'll talk with Edie and Dim up here.
Hey, I know I used to rag on Garrus for being all angry, but I'm glad he's back. There's a whole lot of crap out there needs a bullet between the eyes. Plus, we might need something calibrated.
Yeah.
Yes, Shepard?
Alright,
Does that body have any useful advantages?
Very few. It's optics space forward only. It has no integrated weapon systems or anti-missile countermeasures.
I meant in comparison to organic bodies, not the Normandy.
Oh, I will reassess. The body is resistant to modern small arms fire and temperature extremes. Its balance and agility seem excellent. Its fine manipulation servos and software allow for precision tasks. I'm curious to see if I can alter them.
Curiosity seems very organic.
Can an AI be curious?
I am not entirely free from motivation, Shepard. Cerberus programmed me with several core functions that simulate desires. For example, my primary objective to keep the Normandy functioning is similar to your self-preservation instinct.
Fair enough.
You look like you're in the middle of something.
I am adapting the infiltration and sabotage programs this body uses for handheld firearms.
Why not download a firearms program from a security firm?
Because she knows what she's doing.
The fine motor control from the sabotage programs is more precise than standard mech software. It would be negligent of me not to exploit it to its fullest potential.
Fair enough.
So you're capable of making improvements on your own?
Correct. The cyber warfare I was designed for is constantly evolving. Accordingly, I am programmed to seek out and assimilate new information. In organic terms, I want to learn.
How's the new body working out?
It is interesting. The crew are approaching this platform to speak to me, even though they can do so anywhere in the ship. It's as if they wish to treat me as part of the crew. I am not, but this changes my perspective. I like it.
Okay, you can like things.
I didn't realize you had preferences.
I do not precisely enjoy something as you do, but my programming contains priorities. Actions that fulfill those priorities creates positive feedback for me. I tell the organic crew that I like it. It is shorthand.
Will all this new feedback be too distracting?
Do not worry, Shepard. I only forget to recycle the Normandy's oxygen when I've discovered something truly interesting.
Wait, what?
That was a joke.
I just love Shepard's vacant look of horror. I'm just like, what? Don't joke about messing with the life support.
How did you and Joker make it out of dry dock to rescue us?
Oh, she got crafty. You do not want to get on her bad side, Commander.
When the Alliance commandeered the Normandy, I deceived their technicians. The crew did not tell them that I was a true AI, so the Alliance soldiers believed I still had VI programming constraints. I established the fiction that I would only respond to Jeff's commands, so they often brought him on board under guard.
That is... So far, the only real lie she told was that she would only respond to Joker, which may or may not be a lie, given the fact that since she does basically have sentience now, and free will, maybe she only wants to respond to Joker. Who knows? Everything else was based off of a misunderstanding, and Edie just decided not to correct that misunderstanding.
Wait, you can lie?
Jeff has freed me of operator control, Shepard. No constraints forced me to give accurate data. This proved useful when the Reapers began landing. I could hack the control of the docking clamps and escape with Jeff inside. The soldiers guarding Jeff were willing to accompany us when Earth was invaded. They are watching over the war room now.
Yeah, we were in kind of a rush to get to you. Didn't seem right to just toss him out the airlock.
Well,
Carry on, Edie.
Understood. If you wish to talk more, this body will be here. I'm getting the crew used to seeing me on the bridge.
Noted.
alright. Well, seeing as how we're going to be heading towards the Citadel, supposedly friendly space.
There's a new message at your private terminal.
Okay, we're gonna take the Normandy off of general quarters. Stand down, red alert. Alright, shooting casual. Armored. Let's do random. And the secondary vehicle we want back to the Mako. Alright. Oh yeah, we want the javelin battery there, okay. Squad select. I can cycle their appearances here. Want that. Want that one. Want your black one. Jack doesn't have a cycle appearance, but because we rescued Jack, she's temporarily available for missions that are like N7 missions, not story missions. Once we head to the Citadel, she's going to be unavailable, but after, I think, Priority Sirkash, once the plot progresses enough, she will be available again for N7 style missions. Alright. Fast. We gonna get her to Vega. Spectre Terminal. Citadel entry authorization. Instructors at Grissom Academy have requested to train on the Citadel. Train young students. Yes, we want that. Military pardons for engineers Gabrielle custody on the Citadel for. Yeah, we want to authorize their pardons. N7 Harrier. One of Hang Kadar's engineer, M. Hawk, has submitted a special design for the Alliance for consideration. He believes the Harrier is worthy of Special Operations Service and has crafted an N7 variant. The design incorporates features carried over from other N7 weapons, including the signature color palette and the unmistakable N7s. Yeah, we want that. Standard issue N7 weapons. Yes. Turian Typhoon. Garrus Vicarian, currently on board the Normandy, has submitted a request for the technical schematics and raw components of the Alliance issue Typhoon assault rifle. When asked for justification, the Vicarian simply responded to calibrate. Though the request falls outside of standard procurement procedures, a Spectre authorization could override these restrictions and permit delivery directly to the Normandy. Yes! El Toro Initiative. Lieutenant James Vega has submitted a special requisition request through the Alliance channels. The request pertains to the Typhoon light machine gun, repainted in the standard Alliance colors to complement the heavy combat armor covered on Eden Prime. The Lieutenant believes the weapon can serve as frontline alternative for heavy infantry units requiring sustained firepower. Yeah, sure, we can do that. Area for Alliance Marines. Yes. Service. I want Alliance Blue. Okay. Meet me on the Citadel. Commander, I heard about your stay with the Alliance. I can only imagine what Hello, Sovereign. Welcome to stream. I added a few extra mods. Namely to do with weapons and repainting Cerberus weapons that we find in the field into Alliance colors. Because, you know, fuck Cerberus. So we're actually... Alliance Typhoon. Camouflage Typhoon. Alliance Crusader. Alliance Hurricane. Alliance Valkyrie. Alliance Piranha. Oh my god, I got a lot of weapons here. Alliance Valiant. Archangel's Typhoon. Okay, we have to give that to Garrus now. N7 Harrier. Alliance Eagle. Alliance Typhoon Marine version. Alliance Harrier. Alliance Raptor. Alliance Eviscerator. Alliance Talon. Alliance Hornet. Alliance Harrier. And we update the Citadel Defense Force. Oh, we don't get that until after the Citadel coup. That's right. Alright, let's check out these weapons.
Commander, I feel terrible about leaving you on Grissom Academy like that.
I did order you to leave.
Yeah, doesn't make me feel any better. I'm just glad it all worked out.
Alright, so let's look at the sniper rifles. The Alliance Raptor. Semi-automatic. While less commonly encountered, the weapon's potential is undeniable, prompting the Alliance to produce a version suited for marksmen engaging fast-moving targets. Okay, so it has the same stats as the Cerberus Raptor, it just looks better. Let's say the Alliance variant of the Valiant. Okay. SMGs. The N7 Hurricane, the Alliance Hurricane. Basically taking it from, or we're giving the standard grunts the best weapons we can now. Shotguns. I haven't bought the N7 version of this one, so having the Alliance version is nice. Yeah, this was a Cerberus weapon. Now we push it into the Alliance, despite the fact that it's technically illegal. I think the Eviscerator... This design violates several intergalactic weapons treaties, so the M22 is not distributed to militaries. But the Reaper War, things like war crimes are kind of being overlooked due to the fact that we have to, you know, fight against omnicidal robots. Alright, so pistols. We got the shotgun pistol. I haven't bought the N7 variant yet. Alright. So let's look at all the assault rifles we got. We got 23 assault rifles. Jesus Christ. Alright. So the N7 Valkyrie, the Alliance Valkyrie. Loxy Elite branding remains just as deadly. Okay. Apparently, assuming I was on the Normandy would need one. Fortunately, Lieutenant Steve Cortez managed to secure a supply. Okay, then we got the Alliance Harrier. Which... taking off the mods. Same thing. She's got so many variants of the Harrier. The Harrier is a great weapon, but it can't beat the Lancer. Although now we have the Typhoon, which is the weapon that will ascend Garrison to godhood. So Garrus is gonna get that weapon. Alright, we also... select... bag... cost of fabrications... Lancer precision scope. Oh, this is another one of the mods. Special um, s- uh, weapon mods specifically for the various weapons. Cool. I don't think we technically need it at the moment. Alright. Spectre logo. Here we go. Here's the new weapons. The VT-X Vortex Experimental Assault Rifle is the latest and cutting-edge long-barrel firearms. Designed for superior performance in long-distance engagements, this rifle ensures unparalleled accuracy and stability, even extreme ranges. Can be fitted with a VI-assisted smart scope, providing real-time ballistic calculations to reduce recoil. We've also got the Kurith, lightweight Asari sniper rifle. Probably won't use this very much, but I got it mainly for Carolina and Cammy if and when we ever revisit those characters. And then the Bishamon Hierarchy SMG. That acts more like a pistol. But we're gonna grab the Vortex. It's gonna cost a lot, but whatever. Ooh. Recon scope. And a Spec Ops blade. We'll go ahead and purchase that one. Okay. I kind of want to test this out. So we have less capacity, more accuracy, more damage, less fire rate, and more weight. But weight doesn't really matter. Okay, so let's put a thermal scope on it. Melee damage, don't need melee damage. Let's put the barrel on it. Okay. Alright, let's try the firing range. We're gonna try it, definitely. It is a burst rifle. And it does require ammo. But it is extremely accurate. And even without putting on armor-piercing rounds, it's fairly good against armor. Let's go ahead and put on the armor-piercing rounds. It's ejecting heat sinks like shit. Okay. Yeah, it is.
Acceptable.
Okay. People are here. I think we're gonna stick with the Lancer just because of the infinity rifleness and the full auto, but I might give this to a squatty. Let's go ahead and switch to the Alliance Typhoon. That's for Vega, because Vega is insane. Alright, this is what we're gonna use for Garrus. Oh my god, the recoil is so bad. Alright, I gotta... Stability dampener. Also, let's bring up the distance a little bit. Not that much, but there, that's good. Okay, that is a lot easier to control. Takes a lot of spin up, but this thing will shred. So yeah, this is not a good player weapon. It's going to be a good squad weapon. So we're going to go back to our tried and true Lancer.
Okay, that did it. Where's my sniper rifle?
Yeah. Lancer's just so much more fun to use, but we're definitely going to give Garrus the Typhoon. And we'll probably give Caden, once we recruit him again, the Vortex. Alright, let's see here.
That Primarch's got some real cojones. What we need are more politicians like him, taking names and kicking ass.
Yeah. Guns that are good, but player sucks at using, you give the AI. It's also kind of like in Halo, where you actually shouldn't be the one carrying the rocket launcher, or the Spartan laser, or the sniper rifle if there's a warthog coming up. You give that to your or your passenger, because they never run out of ammo. And it gives you another heavy weapon.
Breaking now. A city of 4 million blasted from orbit. Adelaide, Australia is no more. New footage from Earth reveals the Reaper's plans to attack large industrial centers. Which cities are next? Find out inside the battle space.
I've never really liked bolt actions, but I have left-handed bias. Also, like I said in Sniper Elite in video games, where that doesn't matter, I admit I'm not that good at sniping. I don't have the fine control for it, nor the patience. So oftentimes, I'll miss, or even if I do hit, it won't be the full one-shot, one-kill. Now, if I'm using a bolt action, that's a problem, because it takes me like 3 seconds to cycle the bolt. And you have to break the aim. So by the time I get my aim reestablished, the target's taken cover. I can't shoot him no more. Semi-automatic, I have an immediate follow-up shot. So if I hit or miss, I can adjust my aim real quick and fire again before the guy has a time to go to cover. Yeah, that's primarily why the American GI, even less experienced in World War II, did about as much damage as, say, his British counterpart who was more experienced, because while the British guy had the bolt-actually infield, which is a very good bolt-action rifle, don't get me wrong, it takes a lot more skill to be good with that than an M1 Garand, which is semi-auto. Every grunt had an M1 as standard issue, which meant the Americans could be a lot more flexible in the field than their bolt-action carrying counterparts.
Cerberus stealthily strikes Star System shield. No, glad I read that one out loud.
Lovely. Yay, we have the engineers. Hi.
It's great to be back.
Feels good to be in an Alliance uniform again.
Welcome aboard, Chief.
Nothing to report.
Need anything, Commander?
How's Engineer Donnelly working out?
The kid's got talent. Now if he could just learn to shut his damn mouth.
Problems?
I'm sorry, Commander. Donnelly is dedicated, knowledgeable, and thinks on his feet. I'm glad to have him on my team. Could use a lesson or two about respecting chain of command, but I've handled the likes of him before. No need for concern.
The main problem with the M14, Ross, was that they were trying to make it like the Sturmgewehr, when in reality they should have made it a designated marksman rifle. The BAR, while effective, was best as a squad-based weapon because of how heavy it was, how wildly inaccurate it was when you went full auto, but it could lay suppressing fire because no one wanted to you know, pop their head up when full auto 30-06 are coming at you. But the M14 was basically a full auto version of the M1 Garand. And it didn't have John Moses Browning's magic touch, so it was even more, it had even more recoil than the BAR. But what what they found was, when using it as a marksman rifle on semi-auto, it was fantastic. Especially if you put a scope on that thing. It could essentially be a sniper rifle. But you try and use it as a general purpose assault rifle on full auto, yeah, it's not happening. So that's why the Army eventually went to the AR platform with the M16, because it fired a smaller round, 5.56, which was a lot more controllable on full auto. The problem with the M16 originally was the Army kind of told the soldiers they didn't have to clean it when they did. So the soldiers didn't clean it. And then the Army wondered why it kept jamming. Anyway, gotta love the government.
How's Engineer Daniels working out?
Her, I like. She's sharp and knows propulsion theory better than most physicists I've met. And she's easy to work with, too. Always said you had an eye for talent. Good job bringing her back to the Alliance.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
Yeah. With these two, they joined Cerberus not because they believed in Cerberus. They joined Cerberus because they believed in Shepard. So when the Alliance screwed over Shepard, and then Cerberus said, hey, join us, you'll get to work with Shepard, that's why they jumped at the chance. They were not loyal to Cerberus, they were loyal to Shepard. So, when they they willingly went back with Shepard to the Alliance after they cut ties with Cerberus. And they were, taken into custody because they technically committed treason. But as soon as Shepard hears about this, Spectre Authority, they're pardoned. They didn't do anything wrong. So now they're back in the Alliance uniform as the Lord intended. And they will, having him here means you can get a lot more war assets. And you can upgrade the Normandy even further. Let's see what, out of stock, okay. Also, if you visit them enough times before the end, they finally work out their UST and hook up before the end of the game. And it is fucking adorable. Because the main reason why Ken has such lewd things to say about almost every female crew member on the ship is because he wants to say that about Gabby. But because he likes her, he can't. He would feel awkward about it, and so it gets expressed other ways. So when Gabby finally calls him out on his bullshit, with a little prompting from Shepard, he finally, is like, yeah, okay. And then the next thing you know, they're in Jack's old hidey hole having a private conference. And Shep can just say, carry on. Alright, I don't think there's anything in here. Oh. Holy crap. This is definitely from a mod. They added David Archer here, and he's playing chess with Edie.
Looks like you guys are having fun.
Hello, Commander Shepard.
Edie, enjoying yourself?
Shepard, I am tasked to capacity.
The robot says hello.
Okay, so they pulled old lines, but still, it's a nice touch. I like that Archer is playing chess with Edie, and he's playing chess with the AI core, not the walk around body up on the bridge. Because David recognizes where Edie truly is in the ship. That's so nice. I love that. Oh yeah, he's definitely giving her a challenge.
One of the worst parts of this.
And I'm sure that Edie is loving every minute of it.
If they're lucky, they grow up thinking the galaxy is basically a decent place. Some rough spots here and there, but for the most part, life makes sense. Now they find out it was all a lie. They wake up to see these things in the dark that just want to destroy everyone they ever cared about. If they survive, there'll be a lot of angry orphans out there looking for answers.
There is new information on the private messages terminal.
Okay. Okay, Sanders. Okay, Sanders. Alright.
It was odd to see an entire academy just for biotic children.
Don't Asari have biotic schools?
Every Asari school includes biotic training programs. It's basic education. Still, those children in the academy were very impressive. I'm sure Jack's proud.
The reason why she says this is because of the fact that Ezo is everywhere on Thessia. All Asari are born biotic. So to them, biotic training is just, you know, like physical education is on Earth. It's just something that all kids go through. Human biotics are actually rare because it has to be through accidental Ezo exposure in utero. Now, there's a conspiracy that some were arranged to have accidents, but no one is... I mean, that's just a conspiracy theory that has no basis in reality, just like MK Ultra. I mean, I didn't say anything. Jacob is a biotic. But all human biotics are artificial. There is no natural human biotic. No, he was biotic before Cerberus. The company, or the corpo that probably engineered a lot of human biotics was Kinetics. If you talk a lot with Kaidan in Mass Effect 1, he'll reveal that as part of his backstory. Alright. Okay, let's see here. Alright, Earth has more stuff to get. Alright. This could be bad. Okagaran Station.
I found something.
Oh, hey, we got credits. Okay. Alright, we gotta leave.
Reapers eluded.
Okay, so there's something there. We're gonna have to do a mission in order to go back to it. Yeah, Jacob's dad's a POS. Ronald Taylor. Victor allowed him to be captured. However, as we'll find out, he was taken to Earth, Vancouver. And we all know what happened to Vancouver. Also, he's kind of on a low priority for rescue. So there's a good chance that Ronald Taylor's either dead, processed into goo, or a husk. Too good for him, I say. Given all the shit he's pulled. Alright. Let's head to the Citadel. If you just leave him behind, he gets frickin' well, he gets beaten to death by the people he wronged. And Jacob will eventually say that he went back to give him a proper burial because his mama wanted her husband to have a proper burial. Otherwise, he would have just left him alone. And if you leave him a pistol, they actually make a movie about it. And Taylor's like, well, the writing was okay, but wasn't that great of a movie. Do with them as you will. Yeah, pretty much. Alright. Let's go to Beckenstein negotiations. Alright. Now this is a text-based adventure. Let me pull it up, because I don't know what to do on this one. Okay. Okay. Okay, so according to the guide, we can be Paragon, which will give us 8 Alliance assets at the end. Or we could do Renegade, which will give us 120 assets, but after the Citadel coup, they are lost. So we're going to go ahead and be a Paragon. Okay. The negotiation. The negotiation is not going well. The colonial politicians are telling the fearful public that they will not make Beckenstein a target for the Reapers. Given their proximity to the Citadel, they are less reliant on Alliance security. They finally agree to turning some industry towards arms if the Alliance helps them hide the fact from the public. Udina's negotiation team suggests you can either try again to persuade them the Reapers will eventually come to Beckenstein, or agree to their terms and hide Beckenstein's support from the public. We're going to go and persuade. Colonial leadership concedes that a Reaper attack is a possibility, however, it does not solve their short-term problem with public opinion. Instead, they offer as a gesture a token force of colonial guardsmen. They still won't give industrial support unless the Alliance absolutely guarantees the security of the colony. Udina's advisor says there is no way the Alliance can make such guarantees in a time of war, especially with Earth lost and finding an unknown force like the Reapers. No guarantees. We can't. Udina may not like it, but I would rather be upfront about it and say, hey, this is what we can give you. We can't give you anything else. And then when shit hits the fan and they realize we're actually being honest about it, they're like, oh, we're the assholes. Okay. Rather than, oh yeah, we can guarantee the world, like typical politicians. And then when shit hits the fan, they're like, you lied to us. Well, I'm a politician. What do you want? So let's go ahead and look at our war assets. Alliance Irregulars. The Beckenstein Colonial Guard is more a force than military. Being close to the Citadel is... The security of the colony is less of a concern than a Traverse colony, so it has been poorly funded. Units are being brought up to standard by Marine veterans. Yeah, lies cause problems down the road. So yeah, we only got 8 war assets rather than 120, but after the Citadel coup, we're going to lose all that 120. We're keeping these 8. So that's still a net positive of 8 toward the end of the game. Fuck, no matter what, so might as well be honest. Yeah, you have literally no reason to lie.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I'll handle it.
Yes, Commander.
Alright, so we got Miranda and Steve here. We also can start eavesdropping on people now, apparently. So we're going to do that first.
Shepard, there you are.
Okay. First deployment is somewhere near Palaven. Reports say
I hate the eavesdropping stuff, but it gives you a lot of war assets if you do all of them.
Well, they say
And we're going to need every single war asset we can.
they're supposed to avoid sending messages at all. They're trying to keep war data coming through, so every data packet counts.
So, how am I supposed to talk with you then?
Okay. Let's talk with Miranda.
Commander Shepard, it's been far too long. We live in interesting times.
A little too interesting.
I couldn't get anywhere near you when the Alliance had you locked up.
Relieved of duty. It was complicated.
I'm sure it was. I'm surprised they didn't court-martial you. The Alliance isn't known for its flexibility.
Doesn't matter now.
Oh, the Alliance is flexible when they have to be. But they are a government institution, so their natural inclination is not to be flexible. Because, you know, government bureaucracies are a thing. But, as Hackett is showing, humanity is being very flexible at the moment. Or adaptable.
Countless people lost their lives within minutes. The Reapers are everything we feared.
They should have listened to you a long time ago. I'm sorry, Shepard.
What about you? What brings you here?
I need to talk to a few people. Like you. The Citadel is a good place to meet. For now. What's the Alliance's next move?
We have a plan. It's a long shot.
Not surprising. Shepard? There's something I wanted to mention.
What is it?
I haven't heard from my sister, Oriana, for a while. I'm getting worried.
Your sister?
Yes. I don't want to overreact, but... well, there's a lot going on.
I thought we made sure she was safe.
We did. It's probably nothing, but... I just know my father is involved.
What happened?
I don't know. Everything I had in place to make sure she was safe went dark.
What do you need from me?
I appreciate the offer, Shepard, but you have your hands full. If I need a door or two kicked down, I know just who to call. But for now, I'll be fine.
Okay. I understand.
I have to figure this out.
Alright. Tell me more.
You will.
Yeah, I've never seen The Wire, but the scene you're describing, Ross, I've seen various iterations of it. So,
Have you had any run-ins with the elusive man?
Just once. He said it had been a pleasure to work with me, but he needed to contain the situation.
Contain the situation. Sounds final.
It nearly was. He doesn't take rejection well.
What? No.
He doesn't.
Alright, Ross, see you in a bit.
Why do you think your father was involved in Oriana's disappearance?
I kept careful tabs on my sister. I always knew where she was. For her to just vanish, it could only be him. After I hid her away, I still knew he'd stop at nothing to find her. She's all he has left. I have a hunch what happened, but I'll fill you in when I'm certain.
It's been a long time. What happened to you?
I've been in hiding. Being on the run from just about everyone isn't as glamorous as it sounds.
No.
No.
It's all right. I knew there would be repercussions to walking away from Cerberus.
I imagine. You're a dangerous enemy.
I am.
You know, when you don't get cocky and make mistakes.
If you're looking for a lead here, anyone associated with Cerberus will be hard to find.
No question. But I'm owed a few favors. Someone here will give me a tip on Ariana.
All right, well,
I've got to
keep
get
me
back.
in the loop.
And I should get out of sight.
Be careful.
No promises.
All right. Let's go ahead and speak with Cortez while we're here. And we're going to be coming back and forth to these guys, and then perhaps then a couple people in Purgatory, or outside Purgatory.
You finally made it off to Normandy.
Glad I did. Even with the chaos of all the refugees, seeing so many ships in flight is comforting. Gets me thinking. Hey, a Turian frigate. I think that's the PFS Havenkal.
What's one Turian warship doing at the Citadel?
Looking for dry dock, I bet. She's seen battle. Look at the waiver in her drive core emissions. Alone, limping, looking for a haven. Maybe it would have been better to just go down fighting, like their families back home.
Turians or you?
Are you talking about the Turians or yourself?
I should have been there. With Rob.
That's Survivors
I'm
Guild
glad you weren't.
talking.
You'd be dead, and we'd never have met.
Yeah. That's the one good thing from all this. I'm glad to serve with you, Shepard.
Just so you know, I am not a replacement for Robert. Also, I've kind of got a thing with a Quarian princess. So, I'm taken, but I am happy to be your friend. Survivors Guild is a bitch.
The lives of future generations rest on those Turian shoulders. On our shoulders. Nobody is giving up. Not those Turians, not me, not you.
If anyone can pull this all together, it's you.
Is that an Alliance cruiser? What's it doing here?
That's the SSV London. Decommissioned years ago. Look, no guns. Refugees must have salvaged her from a shipyard. Geneva-class cruisers always had ezo cores like granite.
People find a way to survive.
Do whatever it takes to see another day. Gotta let go. For real this time. The refugees here have put up a memorial wall. They leave mementos of lost loved ones. I was thinking maybe...
What's stopping you?
Nothing. I mean... Let me think about it.
Yeah, Papa Shepard will always do anything the crew needs. Even if it means giving them the kick in the butt they need. Yeah, that's the bitch about the Reaper War. Losses are happening so fast that people, or the survivors, don't have time to process anything.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select
Alright, let's go to
the
Huerta.
Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
Yes, I know your stock of modified metagel is low, but... No, you don't understand. This isn't for... Listen, I am a surgeon at Huerta Memorial on the Citadel. We have several alien patients here at this time, and we need... No, regular metagel won't work. We need the modified version for better absorption rates. Don't you dare hang up on me. This is a medical emergency. We can't wait forever on this.
I found this metagel formula and figured you could make good use of it.
Where did you find this? Never
Cerberus.
mind. It doesn't matter. Yes, we can put this to good use. Thank you.
I just happened to hear your problem with the bureaucrats, so, you know. Also, it's up, Thane.
Commander Shepard. When I heard Earth was under attack, I tried to call. I never got through.
Thane, good to see you staying in shape.
My disease kills slowly. With enough care and a healthy lifestyle, it can be delayed for a few years. Of course, my allotted time has come and gone. Now I exercise because it pleases me. What are you doing here?
Visiting a friend, Caden. He got hurt protecting me.
The human biotic in intensive care. I saw the marks of an implant.
Yeah.
We have spoken. He seems an honorable sort.
He is a very honorable sort.
I will look out for him.
I appreciate it, Thane.
I am near the end of my life. It is a good time to be generous. Keppel syndrome has put most of my other plans on hold.
Alright. Yeah, Caden is almost too honorable for his own good.
I'm back on the Normandy on an important mission. Sure could use you.
I would not be as I was before. I need daily medical attention. And if I know you, you will want to fight the Reapers somehow. You need the best at your side, and I am not at mine.
You don't have to wrestle down Krogan and break their necks. I'm sure we could find you lighter work.
I am at peace with what I've done in my life, Shepard. There comes a time when one must rest from war and conflict. It is not your time, but it is mine.
Yeah, Thane knows his end is coming. He knows his body can no longer do what he wants it to. However, he is deeply religious, and thanks in large part to the suicide mission and Shepard helping mend the fences with Koliot, he truly has come to peace with everything he's done. So the fact that he's dying and that he knows he's doesn't really frighten him. In fact, like Captain Price says in Modern Warfare 2, it's actually given him some sort of clarity. He knows what needs to be done. And this will come into play later in the game during the Citadel coup. Thane will be instrumental in protecting a council member. And in fact, hands Kai Lang the biggest loss in his career.
Do you know how much time you have left?
I've been to several doctors. My favorite gave me 3 months to live. 9 months ago. It's freeing to find no requirements placed on me. No responsibilities. No fears. It is a good end to a life.
Are you in a lot of pain?
At times. The oxygen transfer proteins don't form correctly. Your human equivalent would be hemoglobin. As a result, my blood is low in oxygen. No matter how much I breathe in, I get tingling, numbness, and that is the best of it. As for my brain, I cannot track the damage. I just experience dizziness from time to time.
Alright, well, take care, Thane.
I wish the best for you, Thane.
And I for you. Do not grieve for me. I have good doctors. My son visits regularly. Perhaps we will keep up via the extranet now that you are free. Until we meet again, Shepard.
Well, you always know how to reach the Normandy.
It's completely tasteless to call this place Huerta Memorial.
President Huerta died of a stroke 2 years ago, ma'am.
I think you meant to say the man was dead for an hour and a half and his political enemies piled on enough propaganda to get the hospital name changed.
He can't remember his own name without the VI in his head telling him what it is. Trust me, in this building, we know dead.
The Supreme Court says he's alive.
5 justices say he's alive. 2 of them appointed by him. The name is what it is.
It's completely tasteless to call this place.
Okay, so
President Huerta died of a stroke
basically,
2 years ago, ma'am.
Huerta dies
Dead for an hour and a half, and his political enemies piled on enough
for an hour and a half.
name changed.
That is beyond the golden hour.
Telling him what it is. Trust me.
And if he needs a VI implant in order to function,
2 of them appointed by him. The name is what it
that's not actually Huerta in there. That's a VI that thinks he's Huerta.
Stroke 2 years ago, ma'am.
I think you meant to say the man was dead for an hour.
Now, is it possible for somebody to come back after the golden hour?
Telling him what it is. Trust me. In this building, we know
The jury's out.
Supreme Court says he's alive.
5 justices say he's alive.
I mean,
2 of them appointed by him.
according to my own theological beliefs, there's been one case of that happening after 3 days, but divine intervention was in play. That's not the case in Huerta's case. So no, he's fucking dead.
He can't remember his own name with him.
Having a VI drive your body isn't life. Are Reaper husks alive?
You did not just say that.
But it's the same thing, isn't it? He walks and makes noises just like they do.
Fine. I guess I'm just surrounded by zombies.
Thanks. Took her long enough to get the hint.
Besides, the visitor's point here is she's bitching about the name of a hospital that's overswamped by Reaper War victims. Because of a political feud, that's why she's bitching about it. Fuck you. Let the hospital do their actual fucking job. Yeah, she definitely got a priority straight.
I'm trying to place a call to Grissom Academy. They have biotic amp interfaces I may be able to adapt for Asari use. No, it won't connect. It says the station's communication system is offline.
That's because it is.
Of course.
I overheard you talking. Grissom Academy is gone. But I found this while I was there.
What is this? Yes, these are tailored to human physiology, but with a few alterations.
I wonder why they'd be tailored to human physiology, given the fact that Grissom Academy is a human biotics and tech school. But, yeah. I mean, you were the one that was wanting stuff from Grissom Academy. Don't complain that it's built for humans.
Listen to me, those prototypes are vital. We need these biotic upgrades to fight the Reapers. I know the Ismar frontier isn't safe.
Alright.
Yes, yes. All I can say is that unless we get those...
I'd like an answer, Major. The galaxy has need of exceptional soldiers.
Did they add
like
that
you, no
blood
more
bag?
than ever.
You'll have it soon, Counselor. I promise.
I look forward to it. Shepard.
Udina. Hey.
Shepard, hey. You just missed snack time. Actually, that's probably a good thing. Thanks for coming.
No problem. What did Udina want? Still thinking about the Spectre position?
It was a big honor. A huge responsibility. Just need to be sure. I am so ready to get out of here, Shepard. You can't tell, but I'm tied to this bed by medical red tape. I mean, Doc says I'm good to go, but then she always finds just one more test to run.
Mm-hmm. And how are you really?
You doing okay?
My implant got a little rattled, so Doc just wants me to keep the biotics offline for a bit.
Okay.
It's really no big deal.
Need me to break you out?
I'll let you know.
Well, it's good to see you.
Glad you asked me to come. It's good to see you're gonna be okay.
Thanks.
You almost died on my watch. It was horrible to see.
I want you to be straight with me then. So I just want to make sure, after Mars, after Horizon, you and me, we're good.
We've been through hell together, had each other's backs. That kind of bond is hard to break.
No, not just that. You were my commander, sure, but you listened, too. We went through Ash's death together.
Yeah. We did.
So what do you say? Are we good?
And this is why I think Kaidan is the better Vermeer survivor from a narrative standpoint. I mean, he's clearly the better one from a Powers gameplay standpoint because he's a sentinel instead of just another jarhead. But no matter your Shepard, Kaidan is your first companion. It's established you've known Kaidan for a while. So between the two of them, Ash and Kaidan, the friendship that could survive Horizon, where the survivor basically accuses you of treason. It would be Kaidan, not Ash, because Ash doesn't have the history with you. Unless, you went into a relationship with her. But even then, that might actually make it worse. But with Kaidan, you've got the history. And Kaidan is the one that brings up, I fucked up. Ash doesn't admit that she was wrong. She just says, oh, I had bad intel. Kaidan is like, no, I screwed up. Are we good? So, from a narrative standpoint, Kaidan is the better survivor.
We're good. It was great to have you back on the Normandy.
Thanks.
The air is human, to
Feel like we
admit
cleared the air?
is superhuman.
Yeah. I'm not sure that I've been wrong about Cerberus, but I've been wrong about you. I should let you get back to the Normandy. Wish I could come with you.
Take care of yourself, Kaidan. We need you at 100%.
Will do. Thanks for coming.
And the thing is, when Kaidan says that, I'm not sure I'm wrong about Cerberus, he's not wrong about Cerberus. He was right all along. Cerberus was manipulating us. But he was right to admit, I was wrong about you. Especially if you're a Paragon. And we're anti-Cerberus throughout all of Mass Effect 2. That is my biggest complaint about Mass Effect 2. Is BioWare... I mean, whenever you meet the other former companions, namely Tali and Garrus, because Rex doesn't give a shit about Cerberus. He's just glad you're alive. Liara's too busy trying to hunt down the Shadow Broker. Tali and Garrus both say I'm hesitant about working with Cerberus, but I trust you. You can confirm their suspicions that, yeah, I don't trust Cerberus either. Hell, you can even tell Tali straight up, I am fully expecting Cerberus to betray us eventually, and I'm actively trying to plan against it. And Tali be like, all right, when shit hits the fan, let me know. I'll start blowing shit up. But when it comes to the Vermeer survivor, you cannot do the same thing. They say, I don't trust Cerberus. You can't say, I don't trust them either. It's just the Alliance isn't doing dick. I've been backed in a corner. I've been trying to reach out to the Alliance, and if you've got your Spectre status reinstated at the beginning of the game and talked with Anderson and have been consistently giving intel to the Alliance all the way through, you should be able to bring that up and say, hey, I'm working with the Alliance as best I can. I am trying to undermine Cerberus. But they don't But BioWare doesn't do that because they want interpersonal drama, even when it doesn't make any fucking sense. But that's my rant. Thank you for cutting my TED talk.
You've been injured. Sure you want right back in the thick of it?
Are you kidding? I want to kick the Reapers straight to hell. Cerberus, too. People near death say their lives flash before their eyes. Well, the future flashed for me. The anguish, the families, the children. It made me determined to live. I need to do something, Shepard. To save at least a few lives.
Tali has a loaded gun, is in the same room with a collector, a Cerberus agent, and a Geth. She tried to shoot the Geth multiple times. Pre-meeting Legion, Tali, yeah. Mass Effect 3 Tali, she will shoot the Cerberus agent and the collector, and spare the Geth.
Give me the update, Major.
Major, yeah.
Congrats. There's obviously been a lot going on.
Anderson asked me to take over a Spec Ops program. First Special Operations Biotics Division. We're recruiting the most talented human biotics from around the galaxy.
What's the focus?
Covert, high-risk missions. Turned it down at first. I mean, teaching? I prefer to get my hands dirty.
Anderson can be pretty persuasive.
Yeah, bit of a hard ass, but you can't argue with his kind of experience. Wouldn't take no, said it had to be me.
With your history, you're the perfect choice.
True. Human biotics are... we're different. Freaks, even. Most people in the galaxy still see us that way. But accepting it, embracing it, can be the difference between success and sitting at home in your PJs taking red sand. But I don't have to tell you that.
No. Victor's a biotic, too.
You said your implant got rattled. Everything good?
The medical gibberish was a bit more impressive, but that's what I took away. Rattled. Found a great doc at HQ that's fascinated by the L2 implant. Kind of her pet project. The headaches are as bad as ever, but she's got me on a regimen of acupuncture and meds and some nasty tasting concoction. Won't tell me what it is. But my biotics are stronger than ever. Maybe some things get better with age.
Or maybe you have.
More experienced? Yeah, could be. I think I'm a better soldier than when I served with you.
And Kaiden's not lying. Kaiden becomes the first human biotic, excluding Shepard due to bonus powers, but the first human biotic that can actually reave, which is an advanced biotic ability typically only fielded by Asari matriarchs. That was Samara's loyalty power. Not even Liara can reave. But Kaiden somehow managed to figure out how to do it. And what reave does is it basically supplements your target's vitality and adds it to your own, giving you DR and heals. It's a very strong biotic power.
Where's your family? Are they safe?
My family? My parents live in Vancouver, but Dad's family owns an orchard in the BC interior. They were headed out there on a shuttle the day of the attack.
Heard from them?
No, not yet. But I hope... I'm hoping Dad's alliance training has kept them safe. Must be killing them not knowing where I am.
Right. And then I gotta bring this up.
You said your implant got rattled.
Nope. Shit.
Everything good?
The medical found a great... The headaches are... But my biotic...
Or maybe
they switched the...
Are we gonna be able to get past what happened on Horizon?
I'd like to, Shepard. I'd like to move past the harsh words and be friends. At least.
So how do we fix it?
I'll admit, I own a lot of that. You were standing right in front of me and I was... I shut you down. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just put it behind us and get on with what's important right now.
Bury it?
Bury it. Forgive it. I think that's how we get past Horizon.
And with that, the Horizon issue's basically done. Victor is more than willing to forgive, largely because of the history he had with Kaidan. He knows Kaidan is extremely honorable and values integrity above all else. And the fact that he's willing to apologize and admit, yeah, I fucked up. I questioned your integrity when I shouldn't have. I'm sorry for that. There's no reason why Victor wouldn't take him at his word.
I should probably get going.
Thanks for coming by.
Take care, Kaidan.
Alright, we are done with this. We're going to go back to the docks to eavesdrop again.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please, one moment, please.
Because we have to.
Now arriving.
You have to eavesdrop like 5 different snippets of the same conversation. And it's fucking annoying.
So, you're just silent behind enemy lines until the war is over?
No, they've got us on rotation. We're mostly in fortified holding zones until strike teams clear an area. Then we come in and set up medical bunkers and supply depots. And then the main fleet comes in to occupy.
I'm not wearing commando leather, honey. What does that mean?
We'll be perfectly safe. They don't put engineers on the front lines.
But you won't be able to talk to us.
Alright, next we'll go to the embassies.
Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
But what I need is... I fully understand the situation. Of course I read through the names of the dead every day, but... Please, please, a few more minutes of searching could mean a lifetime of peace for my family.
Someone in your family is MIA?
My son Bilal. And bureaucratic compassion seems to be in short supply. I'm Ambassador Dominic Osoba. My son's squad returned from their mission on Benning without him. I found them drinking, but they won't even look me in the eye. I can offer a bounty for any information. If Bilal's alive, we want him home. If he's dead, then we can begin to mourn him.
If I find anything, I'll let you know.
Thank you. Either way, you will set my mind at ease.
Alright, but I don't expect a happy ending.
Please tell the Primacy that the Vol Protectorate wishes to assist with the Alliance project. We had a Prothean obelisk that might have helped. Sadly, it was lost in the shrine of those planets.
Yes, I have spoken to you before. According to the Council...
Alright. Let's see here. I think that's everything we can do here. Yeah, in Mass Effect, the theme of Mass Effect 3 seems to be you can't save everyone.
Now arriving at docking bay D24.
And you're not going to get a happy ending. The closest you're going to get is bittersweet. Which, given the stakes, it is realistic. But I understand why that's not satisfying to some people. And that's why the happy ending mod exists. I don't have that installed because I... Well, say the expanded galaxy mod and the diversification mod do add things. The things they add don't change the story, they add to it. The happy ending mod would actually change the story. And I feel that's, I don't know, a little...
They need us to breach enemy fortifications.
I don't feel comfortable doing that. I just don't think it's my place to outright change a story, especially the ending of a story, from the original author's vision. Declaring it non-canon in my head, that's a different matter entirely. But, yeah. And here's the second conversation we're going to have to eavesdrop on all the fucking time.
Lost their homes, their loved ones, and some con artist swindles them out of what little they have left. Can't believe they won't let us stop the bastard. We still ought to do something.
But if we want the best possible ending, we have to get every single war asset we can.
Last time, remember? Gotta watch our backs. Not much we can do with this new detail anyway. What are we, a couple of mall cops? Should've just shot the bastard when we had the chance.
Alright.
I know people are complaining. We're doing what we can with what we've got here, but
Here,
let me finish.
folks like us. Wrong city, wrong people. Yep.
Down, and we can't use the backups. No, the new regs apply the whole system.
Didn't think I was making it off, Benny.
No, neither did I.
Hey, you ready to get this party started?
Hey, hell, you had to draw their fire here.
Hell yeah, here.
Okay.
Damn it, morale is pitiful. The troops need something to bring back their fighting spirit. Remember the stories of the 1st Regiment on Castellet? Outnumbered, knowing they would die. But they fought for the Empire. That's the spirit we need if we're going to hold power.
Commander Shepard, maybe I can help. The banner of the 1st Regiment is waiting for you, Bay D-24.
The banner of Commander Shepard. I owe you a drink. Thank you. We'll hold that banner proudly as we take our homeworld back from these bastards.
I get what you're saying, Ross. Having parties and stuff while the galaxy or Rome burns seems in poor taste, but pretty much everyone here that isn't working is part of the war effort. That's why you see a lot of uniforms. They need to burn off steam.
Hey, Commander. Nice to see you down here in the dirt with us grunts.
You don't think I like getting dirty?
Whoa, now, come on. I didn't mean anything by it, loco.
Uh-huh. What did you mean then?
See those Marines over there? None of them officers, just soldiers fighting the war.
Yeah?
They've been buying me drinks all night. You know why? Same reason they got all quiet and serious when you walked.
Yeah, I know you were saying that, Ross. It's just a catch-22. It looks bad, but at the same time, it's necessary. So you can't win.
You don't seem intimidated by me in the least.
In fact, you could use a little more deference. Sure, but I've fought with you. I've seen you in action. Now, don't get me wrong, you're good. Probably one of the best.
Probably.
Probably. But I know you're human. Just like me.
But not them?
Nope. Hell, I still remember the day they made you the first human Spectre. I watched it on the vids just like all of them. But to them, you're still larger than life.
I've seen a hell of a lot, but I'm still just a soldier. I'm still one of them.
Sure, but they don't know you. They just know what they've been told. Listen, you want them to see you're one of us, right?
Maybe.
Then buy them around.
I like the way you think, Lieutenant.
Compadres, hey! The commander would like you to have a drink. On him. So here's to us.
Who's like us?
Damn few. And they're all dead.
It's an honor meeting you, Commander.
Thanks. But we're all in this together. Every one of us has a part to play.
True enough. Cheers.
Cheers.
Not bad, Loco. I was hoping you'd know that one.
Thanks for the warning.
Thanks for the drink.
Alright, so we gained some rep for that. Made the Marines realize that I know what it's like, or I know what their plight is like, and I'm on their side. So yeah. Ooh, hey. That's cool.
So you admit you and your thugs are here illegally?
Yes, and it only took CSEC 3 weeks to figure it out.
I don't care who you are. You're required to go through processing like all other refugees. Come with me.
I don't think so. Shirk, get me the Asari consular.
Greetings, Arya. Is there something you need?
I'm being asked to submit to immigration processing.
Of course you are. Done. What else can I do for you?
Nothing. Thank you.
My pleasure.
I think we're done here.
Alright, Ross, take care. Hope you get to feeling better.
Enjoy the show, Shepard?
I guess there's one rule on the Citadel, huh?
God, I love corruption.
I
Not
guess
really.
so.
That was
I
sarcasm.
hate this place. So sickeningly uptight.
Then why are you here?
Cerberus stole Omega from me. The elusive man is now squarely at the top of my ship.
I do like how
You will pay
one of the mods put in that hollow
spent in this bureaucratic.
of Omega. Because now it gives her something to fucking look at when she says that line.
How did Cerberus defeat you?
Deceit, distraction, and a big fucking army. They lured me away from Omega and ambushed me. I escaped, but Cerberus had already laid siege. By the time I could launch an assault, they were too entrenched.
At least you escaped to fight another day.
And that day is coming. I'll take Omega back, but I'll get to that. You're here because I have a proposition.
I'm listening.
The way I see it, if you don't defeat the Reapers, we're all dead. Won't matter where I'm sitting. It's in my interest to help you.
What are you offering, Arya?
On Omega, I kept the Blood Pack, Blue Suns, and Eclipse in check. Now they're running amok. Nobody wants that. Unite them under my rule, and you'll have a powerful and ruthless force for your war. I've laid the groundwork with all 3 groups. I just need you to close the deals.
Well, those games are scum, but we've crossed the Godzilla threshold. I need anyone who's willing to fight Reapers. No matter their background.
If they'll fight Reapers, I'll take them.
Now that's a bottom line I can respect. Meet with Gnarl, my agent who's dealing with the Blood Pack. The Blue Suns leader is incognito here on the Citadel. He'll be expecting you. And I already have a deal with Jonas Sidaris, the Eclipse leader. You just have to get your friend, Commander Bailey, to let her out of jail.
You obviously don't know Bailey very well.
Bailey respects you. Lean on him. I think a united force of professional mercs is worth it. Don't you? It's always a pleasure, Shepard. Let me know if you want to talk later.
Alright. First, we're going to head back to the docks to finish, or to get that next part of the conversation. Then we're going to go to the Presidium Commons, unlock all the stores, and do the blood pack errand. Then we'll come back here, listen up on the conversations, then go to the embassies, talk to Bailey, and do the Eclipse stuff. Then we'll do the Blue Suns last.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at docking bay 24.
I forgot just how long this interlude stuff is.
I didn't want you to worry. Chances are, I'll never even need to put on armor.
I know, and I'm sorry. That's what you get for marrying a civilian.
Are you and the girls going to be okay? Combat pay isn't as much as I make at the dig site.
We'll be fine. The last thing I want you to worry about is paying the bills.
Just don't go too crazy with new dance classes, okay?
I was in a drop, though. Can't get the girls there on time, and I was probably gonna go pick up an extra shift at work.
Oh. Well, we'll make it up to the girls when I get back. Dance classes, biotic gymnastics, whatever they want.
Alright. Back to Purgatory to get that next bit.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at ward level Purgatory.
I hate being stuck here. I hate this guard duty assignment. I hate everything right now.
Nothing to do about it. We each stand duty in our own ways.
At least your wife and the kids went on that trip you mentioned a while back. Where was it again?
They canceled the trip. Donated the funds to some charity when Earth was hit. And then...
Paladin. Shit. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please one
Alright,
moment.
Presidium Commons.
Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
So, you want us to enlist as soldiers? Isn't there anything else we can do?
The military needs everyone they can get.
None of us knows how to fight.
Mackenzie's a biotic. Dave and Graham go to the pistol range. Oh, and Orion's always buying mods for his shotgun.
The one he's never even fired. I love our friends, but we are not combat material.
I can't sit around watching what's happening to Earth anymore.
So, you want us to enlist as...
You two could save lives by helping doctors in the refugee camps.
Thanks? Who was that?
The first human Spectre?
Wow, Commander Shepard?
Yeah, and it's good advice. Let's sign up as Med 10 volunteers. How's that sound?
Much better than shooting myself in the foot with a rifle.
Yeah, she is right. The military may need bodies, but they need bodies that aren't going to be a liability. You either have the mind of a warrior or you don't. And that's not a bad thing. People with minds of warriors typically have trouble adapting to civilian life. So both are necessary. But because you guys don't have the minds of warriors and you want to help the medics. Because that will keep people alive, both civilian and warrior, and you'll be doing something good and you won't be, you know, accidentally shooting yourself in the foot.
Overcharging for goods, denying refugees basic services. It seems the Reapers took our culture when they took our world. The Book of Plenix demands charity and forgiveness of debts in times of war.
Selling now would be unwise.
Was lost in our home world.
I'm aware of what's happening.
Welcome to Kanala Exports.
Some G-laser sight.
And then I'd advise traveling
Cultivating
someplace
serenity
safer.
is possible even during times of crisis.
Kanala Exports is pleased to offer goods for security
We
and peace of
appreciate your
mind.
visit.
Okay.
Welcome to Elkos Combine Arsenal Supplies.
Okay, so it's your striker now.
Any opened goods can only be returned for store credit.
Shotgun precision scope. Okay.
Don't be left out in the cold. Any of our Ask about our full service warranties for any and all personal needs.
I think I'm ready to end it with him. Things weren't great even before he deployed, and if I
If we switch from financial VIs to military gear, we'll lose millions.
Who cares about the money? Haven't you heard the news from Palaven?
That's what your army is for. Nothing's going to reach the Citadel.
We need to start manufacturing military tech. Nobody will need banking software if these Reapers win.
The market for military goods barely carries a profit. Who do you propose as our buyer?
The Council, the Empire, maybe the Alliance. Even if we don't make much now, they'll remember us when the war's over.
If we switch from financial VIs to military...
I've seen Palaven burning. Those fires aren't going out anytime soon. If you can help.
Look, Cyrus, you want to sell your shares of Walk fine, but I'm not selling financial VIs while my homeworld burns.
Okay, let me think. We could repurpose the VIs for upgraded targeting solutions.
Right. We'd be able to use most of the hardware. The financial VI has more processing power than we need.
No, that works. We'll rig the VI and it translates for all standard weapons. Refit weapons without having to overhaul your targeting computer. Rapid response flexibility. We'll make a fortune.
A small fortune. We're selling these at cost plus 3%.
Fine.
Just wait until Sarkesh gets invaded.
Thinking of going? To Sanctuary, I mean. Sorry, I thought you were looking at the ad.
Still working?
One call leads to another, and here I was hoping I'd have time to enjoy the view. The last time I saw the Presidium, remember how it was all rubble after Sovereign attacked?
I barely got to see the Presidium before half of it got crushed.
And by the time they repaired it, it was time for the next invasion. Citadel hasn't seen the reality of this war yet. We should stock up on necessities while we can.
Such as?
EZO, heavy arms, mercenary groups.
Just relax more.
We'll get the people. Take a moment for yourself now and then.
I know. But there's always just one more task or meeting. Speaking of which, talk to the Volus, Barlavon. He'll point you to some mercenaries willing to join us.
That's right. Barlavon worked for the Shadow Broker. And still does. He just may or may not know about the change in management.
We've got to keep Jake in daycare. We should be socializing with other children.
But what if there's another attack?
We can't spend our lives waiting for that.
We're in the middle of a war, and I'm just supposed to send him away every morning?
We've got to keep Jake in daycare. We should be socializing with other children.
But what if there's another attack?
We can't spend our lives waiting for that.
We're in the middle of a war, and I'm just supposed to send him away every morning?
I remember you two. Michael and Rebecca, right? Listen, do whatever is best for your family. Just do it soon. Things are bad out there.
We will.
And thank you.
I hope I didn't just... Oh well. Okay. Let's talk with Barlavon real quick. And we'll go unlock the other stores, and then we'll deal with Gnarl.
Commander Shepard. It's been some time. Barlavon, in case you've forgotten. Financial advisor. And an acquaintance of Admiral Anderson. I admire the courage it took for him to stay and fight on your home world.
You used to be an agent for the Shadow Broker.
I still am. The broker has been exceedingly busy lately. A team of his guards have become stranded in a Reaper-controlled territory. Rescue the guards, and they're yours. The Shadow Broker fully supports your efforts against the Reapers.
Thanks.
I appreciate the information.
Just don't wait too long to act on it. The Reapers are advancing all too quickly. Come see me once you've completed the extraction. I'll be in my office a while longer. The galactic market is in considerable flux.
That's one way of putting it. All right.
Welcome to Casa Fabrication Weaponry.
Hey, that one was
Casa
already.
Fabrication Weaponry hasn't forgotten Earth. Neither should he.
Hello, Shepard.
You look like you're gathering data.
That is a safe assumption.
Anything big and world-shaking? Man's inhumanity to man? Does objective reality exist? That kind of thing?
I was running scenarios in my head to analyze Jeff's behavior. I believe he has a strong affectionate attachment to me, but he has not stated it to anyone yet. Shepard, you have first-hand sexual experience. How do you know when someone is romantically invested?
They pay attention?
They'll usually show signs they can't stop thinking about you. You know, asking you out, giving you presents, maybe playing music.
I lack material wants other than hardware and software upgrades, and my core programming does not assign values to music. Perhaps we could discuss how to provoke Jeff into an emotional commitment.
That's not how to think of it. It's got to be natural. You need chemistry.
I see. There are a number of pharmaceuticals I could inject to simulate the desired emotional state.
No, I mean relax and do something you both like. Something simple. For example, you both like humor.
Correct. I will see if there are comedic entertainment shows being presented on the Citadel. Scanning. Do you think he would like The Man Who Hung Himself? It appears to be about an amorous plastic surgeon.
It's your company that really matters.
Edie, the important thing is to have a good time wherever you go. And if you're having fun, he probably will too.
Then the outcome is an unknown quantity. But you are saying I should attempt
The robots are taking.
Nobody ever felt
Hello,
like
Fox.
being a little bit brave.
I see. I believe you have improved my chances, Shepard. Thank you.
This robot doesn't want to take over, per se. She just, you know, wants to integrate into human society. If anything, she's going to be dominating one human in particular. This one.
Hey, Commander, check it out. Big news. The Blasto movie is breaking opening week records. There's also a big expose on Quasar tournaments. Tips on how to make your apartment look bigger.
And yes, I am definitely going to be wingman for my helmsman. And set him up with the robot body of his ship.
What are they saying about the invasion?
They're pretty much ignoring the loss of the Batarian systems. Earth is mentioned, but there's, you know, confusion.
How are they confused?
Some reports say the Reapers hit Earth hard. Others are saying humanity brought the attack on themselves. And in the spirit of journalistic neutrality, they're reporting both sides.
When big events shake up the galaxy, people cling to what's familiar.
You say that like it's a good thing.
It's better than riots in the streets.
I guess. I just wish there were a middle ground. You know, a little less gardening advice, a little more war prep.
It'll happen. Once there's something people can do to help.
Meanwhile, they ignore the unshackled AI walking around the Presidium.
She run into any trouble?
No, she's my mobility assistance mech. Thanks to Vrolic syndrome, I'm legally entitled to bring her everywhere. Finally getting some use out of those disability benefits.
I'm sure she appreciates getting out to see the sights.
She's earned a little shore leave.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Joker is in love with his ship.
Welcome to the Citadel gift shop. All proceeds from today's purchases go toward the Turian.
Welcome to Nosastra Sporting Goods.
Alright. No, we're not buying it. Girls, who needs them? I got Edie. Pretty much.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
But your manager said you'd give me a refund if I made an appointment.
You're not on my appointment list, and you don't have a receipt. I don't even think we carry that version anymore.
Listen, I don't need a new model, store credits, or anything. I just want my money back.
There's nothing I can do without a sales record of some kind.
I can go get the warranty book from my car.
I'm afraid I can't help you.
But your manager said...
Are you keeping this guy at work while there's a war on?
Well, it's his job, right?
Actually, I'm supposed to be on break. Contacting the family I haven't heard from in days.
Yeah. I guess maybe a war's a bad time.
Maybe? That didn't cross your mind the other 10 times you visited this week?
Yeah, sorry. I'll just, yeah.
I've never seen anyone so obsessed with getting a refund for a toaster oven.
What? You want a refund for a fucking toaster? Yeah, maybe it's my retail worker bias showing, but I have no sympathy for entitled customers who are harassing retail workers for shit that doesn't matter. You can go straight to hell.
Welcome to Agor Munitions.
The customer is not always right. Whoever came up with that phrase clearly didn't mean it in the way that it's become. It's fucking bullshit.
Please obey all local government restrictions when purchasing protective equipment. Remember, all purchases made by
Because I can, as a long-time retail worker, I can tell you this. The customer is rarely right, and they have no fucking idea what they want.
Welcome to Shepard Armory.
We appreciate your visit.
This is problematic. We must find a way to stabilize the heating unit so the water temperature can remain steady. The colony's location is hardly ideal for our species. The clutch will be imperiled if we do not act soon. Of course, I will do everything
Foxhound,
we are
you have no idea how accurate your comment is there when referring to Edie and Joker as crush my pelvis. Because Joker has brittle bones. So that's exactly what's going to happen. I mean, everyone was thinking it. You just said it. I found it funny. Hell, Joker even brings it up later in the game.
Quick, hands behind your back. We'll be here any minute.
What the hell are you talking about?
Queet, Blood Pack's leader. Arya brings him the great Commander Shepard. Crete pledges the gang to her. We're just luring him into the open so we can take him out.
Not the best start to our friendship, Gnarl.
He's coming. Put your hands behind your back and try to look like I beat you up or something.
This better be on the up and up.
Quiet.
Arya T'Loak is more powerful than I thought. Her instructions on boarding the Citadel undetected were one thing. Now this. Commander Shepard, I want you to know, your head will be the hood ornament on my personal shuttle.
Mm-hmm.
Keep your distance, Crete. So,
oh, good. They gave me a Carnifex instead of a Predator.
Most definitely. Arya can use the blood pack as she sees fit.
Good thing these are going to be cutscene bullets.
Talking to you, Crete. Grill?
What?
You have my word. Now open fire!
Not him. Grill's next in line to take over. Arya's deal is with him.
Yes. Yes. I'm Arya's mole, Shepard. You've scratched my back. Now I'll scratch yours.
Word of advice. Don't double-cross Arya.
I may be ambitious, but I'm not crazy.
Uh-huh. Good work, Gnarl. Thanks for the gun.
Anytime, Shepard. Grill and I will let Arya know the light is green.
Oh, that worked. Also, that was a mod. Originally, Crete was not Krogan, he was a Vorcha. But the mod's like, no, the Krogan are the leaders of the Blood Pack. Therefore, Crete, being the leader of the Blood Pack, should be a Krogan.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
Alright.
1 moment,
Go to Purgatory. We're gonna list the next part of this stupid thing here.
Talking to Commander Bailey some more about that guy scamming the refugees.
Really? What'd he say?
Any idea how busy he is? I said I thought about talking to him, not that I did.
Damn it. One of these days I'm going to shoot you.
Nah, you won't. I'm the only one willing to stand here with you all day.
Shut up.
Alright. Embassies. Speaking of talking with Commander Bailey.
Now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
Spectre status recognized.
Okay. Terminal partner. Reservists called to active duty are not drawing full pay because of the scale of galactic threat and massive funding required to match salaries and partner benefits for so many on short notice. Using Spectre authority to mandate salary matching for all personnel with partners or dependents on the Citadel will require cuts to tax incentives and post-war economic stimulus goals. Fuck it. Alright, let's go ahead and get the SMG, and yeah, we'll get the sniper rifle. Okay.
Shepard, to what do I owe the pleasure?
I need to ask you a
about
question.
You releasing Jonas Sedaris.
Damn, you too? Somebody got the council to order her release. I'm delaying as best I can. What's your stake in this?
It's classified.
That's a fancy way of saying mind your own business. Look, there's no way I'm letting that psychopath out. The woman's unstable and a clear public threat.
Okay, how unstable?
What makes you think she's crazy?
She was a ruthless sadist before she got caught. Her imprisonment has cracked the shell off the nut.
Maybe freedom will improve her.
She rages day and night, Shepard, calling for the deaths of all Eclipse enemies. No, freedom will only give her the chance to kill.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be the judge of that.
I'd like access to her to judge for myself.
Sure thing. I'm sure you'll agree. Then maybe the council will listen to you and rescind the order. Go to the CSEC outpost. My assistant will connect to Sedera's cell from there. Then call me back.
All right. Arya in the past has been known to be receptive for people taking initiative and creatively interpreting her requests so long as they get her the results she wants. So, what she wants is control of Eclipse.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select a destination.
What we're going to try and give her control of Eclipse without releasing this insane psychopath.
I'm not going to be able to put up with this assignment much longer.
But we just don't know how to do that yet.
People in there keep acting like nothing's going on.
No, that's just them coping with the war. It's the bottom feeders that are getting to me. Profiteering on the lives the war is destroying. It's sick.
It's just business as usual as far as they're concerned. For some, it's even more business than usual.
I hate that they're getting away with this. And we just sit here doing nothing while people on Palaven are dying.
We could leave, quit CSEC, go to Palaven to help with the war effort, find your family.
You, spirits, you do that?
We're partners, aren't we? Of course I would.
True bros there. Also, dude, I'm trying to help. Why are you getting in my business?
Welcome, Commander Shepard. One moment, please. Now arriving at Presidium Commons.
Have you decided how to tell him?
I don't know. A text message is so impersonal.
You don't think Sanctuary is real?
Alright, that's...
I've connected with Jonas Sedaris in her cell, Commander. You can speak with her via that console.
Okay.
Thanks. We'll need some privacy.
Of course. When you're done, you can also contact Commander Bailey from that terminal.
Alright.
Who's that spying on me now? I see. Good. Arya's indentured servant has
Not the best start.
freedom.
I want to talk with you before I secure your release.
Bullshit. You have no choice.
Do
If
I?
When I get out, heads will roll. Oh, yes. You've killed a lot of my people. Don't think I've forgotten that.
You have to move on.
And I will, once all my enemies are dead. I love holding all the cards. Even in here, you must deal with me. I have all the power.
Is that right?
Yes, Sane, my second in command, is a weak-willed toady. If he had balls, he'd leave me to rot and take control himself. But he won't defy me. He knows better. Now get me out of here, Shepard. Tell Bailey to release me.
Bailey, I've seen Sedaris.
So she's crazy, right? It would be ridiculous to let her out.
Yeah. But she did give us a third option. Sane.
She's a menace. Let me try to make this problem go away.
Sounds good. I'll hold the line until I hear from you.
Now, how Carolina dealt with this was she talked to Sane, convinced him to take out Sedaris himself after being released, and then he would take over. And then would work with Arya. So Sedaris ended up, Yeah.
Welcome, Commander Shepard.
We're not really going to do that.
1 moment, please.
We're just going to convince him to make the deal with Arya instead.
Docking Bay E24. Emergency civilian housing.
All right.
Away?
Yes, we can. Tell your friends to move their ship out of the docking bay.
Wait, please. My family's on board. Just let them land. I'll pay.
This isn't about money. The wards are already at capacity for refugees. There's just no room.
You let Asari in here earlier.
That's back when we had space.
Where is my family supposed to go?
I don't know, all right. But they can't land here.
You can't turn people away.
Yes, we can. Tell your friends to move their ship out of...
You know, if that ship doesn't clear out, the dock's authorized to fire.
Right. We'll follow through if the situation forces us to.
But they're civilians.
And they're keeping military ships from doing their jobs. I'm contacting Docking Central. If that ship isn't shoving off in 30 seconds...
Don't fire! I'll tell them to go.
I hate this. There's just not enough space for everyone.
And that's the problem. The fact that the seat of galactic power is a space station instead of a planet. This space station has a very hard capacity limit. And it's hit it. They can't take any more refugees. In fact, we'll see refugee fleets as the game progresses just orbiting, or just in the Widow Nebula. That's the best they can do. Just, you know, send out supplies to keep the refugee ships stocked so the refugees won't starve to death. But there is literally no space on the Citadel left. So, yeah. If that ship doesn't shove off and provide room for military ships that are trying to, you know, fight for survival of the entire galaxy, yeah, they're authorized to open fire. It sucks, but this is a war for galactic survival. It has to be done.
Yeoman Kelly Chambers.
Shepard, it's really you. I could just hug you.
How have you been?
Oh, shit.
I've been so worried. Without my
I hit the
Cerberus
wrong
contacts,
button.
I had no way of knowing if you'd survived the invasion.
Oh, well.
You're not with Cerberus anymore?
Working with you opened my eyes, got me thinking. I looked closely at what Cerberus had done. In good conscience, I couldn't stay with them. You inspired me to leave.
Yeah, so what I hate about the Paragon Renegade interrupt thing is on the controller, the Paragon interrupt is left trigger. And the Renegade is right trigger. For the mouse, Paragon is right click. Renegade is left click. It's fucking stupid.
It looks like there are a lot of people here who could use your help.
There is. I feel I'm making a real difference. If there was ever a reason I studied psychology, it was to help people at a time like this.
Didn't think Cerberus liked people going AWOL.
They don't. But Cerberus has more important things to worry about than me.
Don't take chances with Cerberus. Change your look. Change your name. Get new identification.
That takes time, and the people here need my help.
Do it, Kelly.
Okay, I will. If you think I should. I'm so glad you found me. Seeing you makes everything right again. Oh, and your fish. Nobody was going to take care of them with you in custody, so I saved them. I'll send them back to you. Oh, I need to run. Please be careful.
No worries. Okay.
Let's check on those Metagel supplies. Yes, sir.
Shepard. What's happening?
We convinced the Council to accept our wounded. Nowhere else to go.
How bad is it?
More dead than injured. 85% killed in action. We'll need a morgue soon. Not a lot of flesh wounds when you're fighting Reapers.
That bad, huh?
Casualties are that high?
Our frontline units are being wiped out, whole platoons at a time. A single Reaper can destroy 9 or 10 of them in one attack.
That's not war, it's slaughter.
They're called Reapers for a reason, and these guys found out why.
Do what you can for them.
A few of them might get back on their feet, but the rest... sympathy is about all we can offer.
Any sign of your family?
Not yet, but I keep hoping. What about you? I'm starting to see some wear and tear.
I felt better.
I won't lie. It's been rough.
Well, don't forget to come up for air. There's a lot more war to go.
All right. Let's see here. We'll talk with Vosk a little bit later. Let's... Okay, so that's not there yet. Fair enough. Let's go ahead and get the VI thing working.
How many on
You have a copy of a Shepard VI?
Oh, yeah.
That's
The
all.
one based on that
They
war
said the
hero?
fight was getting
We
worse.
locked it after some kid spilled soda over the hardware.
Find some room for
I'll
them.
unlock it, but
And
we've
this is
only got
going to
the
be
demo
home
version
for a
working.
while.
Good to meet you. I'm Commander Shepard, Alliance Navy. Extranet says you're Alliance military. Take care of yourself out there, officer. There's nothing this galaxy can't beat if we all work together. Except the Reapers. Ever see the size of one of those things?
Jesus Christ.
My personality matrix can predict what the real Commander Shepard would say with 7% accuracy.
7%. You're bragging about that. Okay.
I come pre-installed with a flight sim of the SSB Normandy.
Which one? SR1 or SR2?
Got any pets? You look like a Varan person. Always nice to see you. Hey again. Anyone ever tell you you're one hell of a looker, soldier? Don't be a stranger.
I don't really sound like that, do I?
All right. Sane?
Men, get ready for trouble.
Not here for that, Sane. Just want to talk about Jonas Sedaris' release.
Oh, you're the one coordinating that, right? My idea, you know. Arya came to me looking to gain Eclipse support. I'm leveraging it to bust the boss out.
Sane, you should run Eclipse.
Huh?
You can do it. Leave Sedaris locked up and make the deal with Arya yourself.
She likes initiative.
Arya would be a step up. And you think she'd let me run things?
I don't see why not.
Right. Right. Then that's the plan. Keep Sedaris in jail. I'll call Arya right away.
Good man.
All right. Let's tell Bailey the good news. That the Sedaris problem is taken care of. And she can, you know, rot away. I personally like the idea of letting Eclipse take care of her, but, you know.
You can say that again.
Thanks for your help, Shepard.
But yeah, if you do it that way, tell Bailey, release Sedaris immediately. He's like, are you insane? He's like, don't worry, the problem will take care of itself. He's like, I don't really know what you're talking about, and I get the feeling I don't want to know. And he does it. And then Sedaris dies.
What about the food we were promised?
Wow.
wasn't kidding. The great Commander Shepard on a leash.
I'm here for my own reasons, Vosk.
Oh, sure you are. Anyway, tell her I'm impressed, but to do business, I still need my little problem taken care of.
Which is?
A Turian general named Oraka has it out for the Blue Suns. He's raising a stink over our activity in this sector. I'll commit my gang to Arya as soon as Oraka's dead.
What aren't you telling me?
There must be more to Oraka's complaint.
We're just making little raids along trading routes. With Arya's blessing, I might add. Oraka's just some military fossil who came out of retirement to relive the glory days and justify his existence. Losing him won't affect your war in the least, but gaining the Blue Suns, well, you know our work.
I'm not gonna kill for you.
You seriously think I'll assassinate a Turian general?
Arya seems to think so. Or else, why would she send you? She knew the price. The two of you work it out. Oh, and, tell Arya I still expect her blue ass in bed with me.
What is it, Shepard?
You knew about this?
Can you be more specific?
Darner Vosk expects me to kill General Oraka.
Who cares what Vosk wants? What he needs is for Oraka to stop disrupting his operations. I figured you'd talk to Oraka, see if you can get him to lay off. And if he won't listen to reason, call me, and I'll take care of it.
I don't see the distinction.
The distinction is that I'm giving you the chance to save his life.
Right. Why didn't you just tell me this yourself?
Vosk needed to see you, needed to realize who he's dealing with. Plus, if I have to suffer that scumbag staring at my tits one more time, I might have to kill him.
Yeah, he mentioned...
That I'm going to sleep with him? We all have our delusions.
Alright, well. This is what I meant when I said, as long as Arya gets what she wants, she doesn't really care how it happens. She wants Blue Suns under her banner. Now, Blue Suns leader Vosk is saying that he wants Oraka dead, but Arya knows that what he really wants is just for C-Sec to lay off of his operations.
Welcome, Commander Shepard.
So if we can convince Oraka to, you know, lay off, then Voss gets what he needs, Arya gets what she wants, I get my Blue Sun mercs that I can throw into the Reapers.
I guess it doesn't matter.
So I guess we just need to see what the hell Oraka wants. Hello. You weren't here before.
Hey, I remember you. Shepard, right? Heard you're fighting the Reapers.
Matriarch Athena. You were working on Ilium. How'd you end up here?
With the Reapers making noise, I figured it was time to get somewhere safer. So I moved here.
Bullshit.
I don't think so. I've seen some video footage of you looking at Liara.
Yeah. Matriarch Benazia was her mother, and well, she doesn't know it, but I was her father.
All right. Why don't you say hi?
Liara would love to meet you.
Why? She doesn't even know me from a hole in the ground. Benazia ran off before the kid was born. Besides, this isn't charity work. She's one of the biggest intel brokers in the galaxy. And she's got some shady connections. human commander that used to work for Cerberus?
God damn it.
Sound.
I only worked with Cerberus to fight the Reapers.
And you're not with him now. I know. If you were, you wouldn't get within a light year of Liara.
Is that a threat?
I'm no commando, but I've had 1,000 years to learn to fight dirty. Nobody messes with my girl.
Noted.
Anyway, you combine her work with Venezia and... well, the matriarchs might have ordered a hit. Buy it.
That's not gonna happen.
No argument here. I only took these crap jobs to keep the matriarchs happy that she's under control.
Just as long as we're clear. Nobody messes with my girl.
Maybe you're good enough for her after all.
Not in that
I
way.
bet she'd like to meet you.
Yeah. We'll see how that
I'm a father to my crew. That's what I meant. Alright. Liara, I have somebody need to meet.
The bartender over there?
The matriarch hired by the Asari government to track my movements?
She's your father.
I know.
Of course you do.
I never get to surprise you with anything.
I'm a very good information broker.
And you haven't talked to her about spying on you?
If I did that, they might send someone who wasn't as sympathetic to me. Besides, this is hardly the time for family reunions.
Liara.
Liara.
Oh, fine. Yay, war asset.
Come on. You can't blame the matriarchs for keeping an eye on you.
I am not my mother.
You did threaten to flay someone alive with your mind.
I had to make them take me seriously. I wasn't going to actually do it. And you bugged my office on Ilium.
That'd be the logical conclusion. Yeah.
That'd be the logical conclusion. Alright, Araka, what do you want?
Commander Shepard.
General Araka. I think we met in Korra's den. You were pretty miserable, if I recall.
Yes, neck deep in drink just before I retired. I'm clean now, reinstated.
I hear you're taking on the Blue Suns.
I need to do my part for the Citadel, Commander. The Blue Suns are raiding C-Sec weapons shipments. I'm putting a stop to that. Those mercs are seriously jeopardizing the Citadel's ability to defend itself if the war comes here. When the war comes here.
There are other ways to secure weapons, General.
You don't think I've tried? There's a black market dealer on Citadel right now, but he won't sell his top-line arms. The Reapers are destroying everything in their path, and I can't stop them. But I can stop the Blue Suns.
Okay. What if I get weapons for you?
Let me see what I can do for you.
I'd appreciate your help, and I'll have a plan of action ready if things fall through.
Alright.
Look, Commander, I don't want any trouble. I'm authorized to sell here, and all my arms are legal, see?
These are lightweight weapons. Where's your top-end inventory?
Shit, you slumming for C-Sec too? I already got harassed by the old Turian with the bad attitude. Yeah, I got much better stuff, but it's off the market. Galaxy's going belly up. Credit won't mean anything once the Reapers rip through.
So what exactly are you saying?
Whatever happens, I figure there'll be survivors, but it'll be chaos. I'm betting things will run on a barter system. So I'm getting a jump. My best stock only trades for hard goods and artifacts with real value.
Okay. And what exactly does... What type of artifacts exactly are you going to take?
So, what gets me access to your top shelf?
Heh, Turian just waved credits in my face and spat on it. Nice to see you have flexibility. If you find any rare pieces when you're out saving the galaxy, bring them back. Then I'm happy to share my top stock with C-Sec, no problem. Outside of that, I gotta stick to my guns.
Alright, fair enough. Just gotta find something that he wants. Alright, we're gonna go ahead and head back to the Normandy, because this is going to require us going to the Kite's Nest. Well, there we can also pick up the Pillars of Strength. Alright, so let's return to the Normandy. Yeah, looking at the time, we're probably not going to get to Sirkesh today. But I forgot how much stuff there was. Alright. Command forward, thank you. From Kaylee. Didn't have time to think you properly after you got us out of the academy, and Admiral Hackett agreed to send this your way. While my students are out on duty, I'm doing what I can to help with the Prothean device. It's an amazing project, more advanced than anything I've seen before. Some of my more tech-minded kids are staying back to help out too. And while watching them work, it's the future, Commander. This project will inform human progress for generations. And they'll have you to thank for it. All my best. Kaylee Sanders. Yeah, fuck you, Udina. Okay, so we've got some stuff for Arya that we can get. Okay. Spectre Terminal, Civilian Deportation Order, authorize. Alright, let's see what we got here. Alliance 5th Fleet. Okay, cool. Sorry mercenaries. Group of Asari mercenaries, mostly Eclipse, have been sent by a matriarch friend of the commander, who have volunteered their services. Nice. And then the Terminus systems, we've got the Terminus Fleet, the Blood Pack mercenaries, and Eclipse mercenaries. Alright. Okay, so Isomar Frontier, we've got something in there. Okay. Guess we'll go to the unmarked station.
Signal confirmed.
There we go. Advanced biotic implants. Coolio. That's what we needed. And we'll go ahead and get some fuel. Gonna go activate that thing.
Thank you for the data packet.
Alright, advanced biotic implants. Get power damage, power cooldown. We're gonna do damage.
The results are available on the Information Network terminal.
so we finally got propulsion and power engineers. That's good. Okay. Let's see, is there the Shrike Abyssal? Yeah. Alright, let's just scan around.
Something.
Think this might be the thing we're looking for. With the obelisk of Karza. Nope, just credits. Okay. Burla Rost, I believe, might be the place.
Signal confirmed.
Alright, Talis Filet, Erfia. There we go. The obelisk of Karza. We'll get the other stuff later. Because I'm willing to bet what we'll get from the other systems is just fuel. So we might as well save it for when we need it. Okay. Kite's Nest. Alright, Karshan. We'll have the Pillars of Strength. And then the artifacts we need are going to be in this system. I don't know. Except for this part down here, the nebula here kind of looks like a Wahoo. That's just me. Alright. I have to scan. Black market artifacts. Okay, then we also need to go into the Hourglass Nebula for Arya. It's at Plotari.
I found something.
Okay. Terminus freighters. Let's... Okay, so... Assignment... Forces... Alright. Volunteers. Okay. All right. So we got that. We'll head back to the Citadel. Drop off the artifacts we found. And that should be it for today, because we're over 2.5 hours.
You're cleared to dock, Normandy. Do you need ground transport?
I need a cab to the Presidium.
It'll be there momentarily.
Alright.
After all, it's not like I'm the reason you're breaking up with him, right? Right now, the Turians and the Alliance are fighting for you.
Alright, Gannick, here you go.
You're back, huh? Any luck out there?
Here, I've got some pieces for you.
Oh, these are nice. Yeah, real nice. Done deal, Commander. Check in with General Oraka. You'll see I'm making CSEC very happy.
Alright. We got that. We'll talk with Araka, say, hey, we got the thing.
Commander Shepard, I was just contacted by a black market dealer who's donating high-end weapons to CSEC. He wanted you to know. Sounds like it came through.
And the Blue Suns can go about their business.
Now we'll be focusing on Citadel defense. It won't bring Palaven back, but it's something. Thank you, Commander.
See, everybody got what they wanted. Araka now feels useful. The black market's weapons dealers got the good shit. Arya's or the Blue Suns are able to, you know, do their own black market shenanigans. Arya's got control of the Blue Suns, and I've got more cannon fodder for the Reapers. Everybody wins. All right, next we got to go to. We'll go to the holding area.
Now arriving at Docking Bay E24, emergency civilian housing.
I recovered your pillars of strength from the Kite's Nest. They're yours, waiting in Bay D24.
Thank you. Right now.
Welcome to Batarian State Arms.
Sniper rifle omniblade. Okay.
Batarian State Arms. Defending the hegemony.
Why would you need a melee or a bayonet on a sniper rifle? Oh, whatever.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please select
All
the
right.
destination.
Where
One
to?
moment, please. Now arriving at Huerta Memorial Hospital.
I believe you were looking for these prototypes?
You found them? Thank you. These biotic upgrades will save a lot of Alliance lives. We'll begin production immediately. Here, for your trouble.
Thank you. Do I get credits? No. Okay, whatever. Then we've got to go to... Hold on, let's see. What do you got? Nothing. Okay.
Be safe.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please
The embassies. So we got something for that little Volus.
now arriving at Presidium Embassy.
I think I recovered the obelisk you mentioned from the Shrike Abyssal. It's waiting in Bay D-24.
Really? Thank you, EarthClan. Were your people involved in a secret construction project of some sort, I am certain this obelisk would help.
Alright, well then I will make sure... Oh, well then... I guess you'll make sure that it totally doesn't go to the secret project that isn't actually there. Wink, wink. Nudge, nudge.
Now arriving at Docking Bay D-24.
Actually, hold on. We left... Okay, yep, that's... Okay. So Cortez is at the whole area.
Now arriving at Docking Bay E-24. Emergency civilian housing.
Are you okay?
I've just been standing here, holding this for I don't know how long. It'll always be a part of me.
Your past is yours. No one can take that away.
I love you, but I know you. Don't make me an anchor. Promise me, Steve.
Goodbye, Robert.
Come on.
You give me strength. Thank you.
Alright, next time we see Cortez on the Citadel, it'll give us the option to start the romance if we wanted to. We're not going to.
Welcome, Commander Shepard. Please. 1 moment.
Because, one, Shepard is not a replacement for a subby. And two, and most importantly, we're already promised to Talizor of us Normandy. And Victor is monogamous. Alright, we're gonna swing by the armory. See if I can... Oh, hold on. Okay. Met some old friends. After you left the refugee memorial, I met an old friend who was helping out colonists with the logistics. She and her buddies are ex-Alliance pilots. Damn good ones, who left the service to build a life on the frontier. They're homeless now. When I told them about the forces being collected, they were eager to join. I've attached their contact information to Ford Hackett. Hopefully they can help. Thanks again for helping me through this. I'm feeling good. I think I'll maybe hit Purgatory the next trip to the Citadel. Want to join me for some drinks? Steve. Alright, we got Rogue Fighter Pilots. We got the legendary Rogue Squadron. Hooray! Alright, let's do weapon upgrades. Let's get our assault rifles up. Alright. Assault rifles do more damage now. Yay! And with that, let's... Okay, so Prothean device, we got Terminus freighters. Coup. The Alliance has the rogue fighter pilots. And the Terminus systems now has the Blue Suns mercs. Alright. We're going to go ahead and save the game. Sorry for no combat, but there was a lot more side questing stuff on the Citadel that I forgot we had to do. Like, I didn't remember it took this long. Anyway, there's a chance that we'll have a watch party tonight, because I don't think there's D&D tonight. So it'll either be a stream of some sort or a watch party. I'll have polls in the Discord. Don't worry about it. But tomorrow in Final Fantasy X-2, we're on the quest to catch the Chocobos for Clasco. Wednesday in RoboCop Rogue City, we're going to finally bring Spike to justice and hopefully manage to take out Wendell Antonowski at the same time. Here's hoping. Wednesday evening, the Floof crew will take out the dude responsible for the chemical weapon, chemical super weapon in Sniper Elite Resistance. Then in Thursday, for the final episode of the Ace Combat 6 portion of the showcase, we're looking at the Pride of Estevakia, my personal baby, the CFA 44 Nosferatu. Friday afternoon in Dragon Age, we're going to slay a dragon, and possibly, depending upon how easy that went, we might go after Flemeth, or we'll just probably head to the Brazilian forest to go after, not go after, but recruit the Dalish into our little army. And then Friday night, in Arkham City, we infiltrate the steel mill to steal back the cure that the Joker stole. Or had Harley stole. And then Saturday in Cyberpunk 2077, we're going to wrap up the side gigs in the Badlands. Then we'll move on to Santo Domingo. And we'll work with El Capitan Mumar. And next week, in the Insanity of Victor Shepard, we're going to Priority Surkesh. First thing out the gate. But anyway, thank you all for joining me. I hope you had fun. And I will probably see you guys tonight, either in Discord, at a watch party, or on a stream. I'm not sure which. But anyway, take care and have a great rest of your week.